of the 42nd regular session of the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
Tawid siya na si Minulong. Nagambog.
The session is now called to order.
Roll call. Honorable Gabriel H. Bordado Jr., City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer present. Honorable Elmer Baldimoro, City Councilor present. Honorable Jesse R. Albio, City Councilor present. Sa present, Honorable Alan Reese, C. Macaraig, absent. Honorable David Casper Nathan A. Serio, present. Honorable Maria Corazon M. Peñaflor, absent. Honorable Jefferson Romeo V. Felix, present. Sir, we have a quorum.
The chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Pakita mo kay ano. Ay, sir. Next is the prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, as we deliberate in today's session, give us the wisdom to overcome passion.
Give us the wisdom to overcome passion.
Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice.
Give us that understanding heart to do with prejudice.
Give us foresight to know what the future may devise.
Give us that understanding to know that the future may devise.
Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth and what is good.
Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth and what is good.
Give us the facility of language that we may be understood.
Give us the facility of language
that we may be understood.
And finally, our Lord, make us worthy public servants of the city.
And worthy public servants of the city.
We deeply love and highly honor
We demand and highly honor
Naga City, the heart of Bicol.
Naga City, the heart of Bicol.
Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Next is the pambansang awit.
Bayang magiliw, handa awit. Bayang magiliw, kasilanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, luyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka kasisiin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit bubukid. May dalagang tula, tawid sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagnindig. Ang bituin na taraw niyang kailan pa ay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw, walang ating pagsinta. Buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang higaya ng may mag-aari ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Symbols of the rarest nature, a tree, a river, and a shrine. Sing your songs, we hear your voices, in church, in streets, and marketplace, in campus, beyond the stairs, river noise, precautions, shapes our lives, and heals our days. Rise, when we grow young, the sweet and ones of crowded night and dawn. Receive the years of promise plenty in this cathedral town of God. Bless your city, Queen of graces,
Good morning. May I request Councilor Elmer Baldimoro to temporarily preside over the Sangguniang session?
My pleasure.
Or shall we suspend the session? The mayor is Any member of the council who wishes to deliver a privileged speech? Councilor Jepson Romeo Felix.
Honorable Vice Mayor, esteemed colleagues in the Sangguniang Panlungsod, fellow public servants, partners in the health sector, youth leaders, and the people of Naga City, a warm and youthful greetings to everyone. There are moments in life when policy becomes deeply personal. Imagine an elderly Nagueño rushed to a health facility, confused and weak. Beside them is a caregiver who knows their medicines, routine, and warning signs. But when help is needed most, that caregiver may still be treated as an outsider. Imagine a person with disability in an emergency, accompanied by someone who knows how they communicate and what helps them feel safe. But when communication matters most, that trusted companion may still struggle to be recognized. Imagine an unmarried partner, a long-time companion, or a same-sex partner who has been present through years of care, checkups, medicines, and difficult nights. But when presence matters most, that partner may still be asked to step aside. In moments of illness, hospitalization, and emergency, the person who gives real care may not always be the person immediately recognized by formal categories. That is why I rise today to speak about a simple but powerful truth. No Nagueño should be treated as alone in moments of illness when they have already chosen someone they trust to care for them. It is in response to this gap that I respectfully file and propose the Naga City Right to Care Ordinance. This measure gives every competent adult Nagueño a clear and legally guided way to name the person they trust most to support, accompany, and help them in times of medical need. It creates the Right to Care program, the Right to Care card, and the Care Proxy Registry with safeguards for patient support, legal assistance, and data privacy. More than the card, registry, and forms, this ordinance makes care visible to the system, so our people are not left trapped between compassion and procedure. Instead, we create a lawful and humane pathway for the trusted person to be recognized, verified, and allowed to help with clear legal, ethical, privacy, and facility safeguards. It is not limited to one sector or relationship. It is for every competent adult Nagueño who may need to designate a trusted person in times of illnesses. It is especially meaningful for elderly residents living alone, persons with disabilities, unmarried or cohabiting partners, same-sex partners, non-family caregivers, persons estranged from family, and others whose real care relationships are not always reflected in formal legal arrangements. At its core, this ordinance helps residents prepare before crisis, helps health workers verify care proxy designations, and strengthens patient support with clear safeguards. It is in this spirit I respectfully invite my fellow members of this honorable body to join as co-authors of this proposed ordinance so that this may become a shared commitment of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga to inclusive health, patient dignity, and compassionate care for every Nagueño. For these reasons, I respectfully seek the support of this honorable body for consideration, refinement, and eventual approval of this measure. May we build a Naga where no one faces illness alone and every trusted hand is allowed to care. Dios mabalos.
Thank you, Councilor Jefferson Romeo Felix. Let me acknowledge the presence of Councilor Maria Corazon Peñaflor. Any other privileged speech? Next item, please.
Next is the reading and approval of the order of business.
Councilor Gil Rosales.
May I move to dispense with the reading of the order of business for today and move for the inclusion of the following items under special business and order as item number 1. First is a resolution sponsored by the Honorable Jesse R. Albios. These are in fact 3 proposed resolutions congratulating Albert Jose Amaro II for his extraordinary achievement in setting 5 new swimming records during the Philippine Aquatics National Championships 2026 held on May 1 to 3, 2026 at New Clark City Aquatic Center. The second resolution congratulating Team Hydrologic for their exceptional achievement as overall first runner-up at the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Exposition held on May 9 to 10, 2026 at UP Diliman. And the third proposed resolution sponsored by the Honorable Albius recognizing the distinguished performance of the visionaries of the second runner-up at the Science and Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Exposition held on May 9 to 10, 2026 at UP Diliman. And the fourth resolution extending the highest commendation to Team Labot for securing the overall championship at the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Exposition on May 9 to 10 at UP Diliman. As item number 5, a proposed resolution expressing the profound thanks and appreciation of the city government to the De La Salle University Harlequin Theater Guild and the DLSU Center for Social Concern and Action for conducting the theater immersion and workshop held on May 8 to 10, 2026 at Villa Grande Elementary School, Concepcion Grande. Proponents are the Honorables Nathan Serio and Elmer Baldemor. As item number 6, a letter from the City Mayor Marcus Urgent requesting for endorsing the request of Mr. John Paul Bendia for authority to include non-cooperative jeepney operators in the implementation of fuel subsidy program pursuant to City Ordinance number 2026-38. Also marked as urgent as item number 7, a letter from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter, negotiate, and sign a Memorandum of Agreement with Land Bank of the Philippines relative to the implementation of the Government Purchase Card Program. As item number 8, marked as urgent by the City Mayor is a letter requesting for the passage of a resolution approving the request of the Barangay Council of Igualdad relative to the release and utilization of the component Barangay Support Fund for calendar year 2026 intended for the purchase of 1 unit multi-purpose vehicle with an amount of 950,000 pesos. And last, under special business and order, a proposed resolution expressing profound sympathy and deep appreciation to the late Dr. Magno Conag Jr., President of the City College of Naga, for his dedicated service and invaluable contributions to education and the youth of Naga City upon his untimely demise on May 10, 2026. Under unfinished business, there's one more matter under special business and order. Marked as urgent, Mr. Chairman, is a request
Under
as item number
SBO?
10. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Item number 10.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Request for the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to enter, negotiate, and sign a Memorandum of Agreement with Adventist Development and Relief Agency Philippines relative to the implementation of Stronger Resilient Health Systems for Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights Project. Under unfinished business is item number 4. The minutes of the Oversight Committee hearing of the 15th Sangguniang Panlungsod held last April 8, 2026 for approval, Mr. Chairman. It's item number 5, the committee report of the Committee on Transport. Attached is the proposed ordinance of the Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenafe, Honorable Francisco Mendoza, and Honorable Albios, further amending ordinance number 93-049 as amended by ordinance number 98-107, amending by reducing the number of units for special trimobile franchises allowed in Barangay Carolina, Naga City from 20 to 15 units. As item number 6 is the joint committee hearing, the report of the joint committee hearing on laws and ordinances and social development. As item number 7, the report of the committee on women, family relations, and gender equality. As item number 8, the report of the Committee on Health and Nutrition. Item number 9, the report of the Committee on Organizational Development and Review. Item number 10, the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorables Elmer S. Baldimoro, Honorable Frank Mendoza, Honorable Corazon M. Peñaflor, appropriating the Barangay Support Fund for calendar year 2026 in the amount of 27 million, providing guidelines for its allocation and utilization, creating a separate appropriation for assistance to official barangay social cultural activities and for other purposes. As item number 11, the proposed ordinance of the Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenafe, institutionalizing the duty of local government officials of Naga City to promote the city through participation in significant regional, national, and international events that benefit the socio-economic, cultural, educational, sports, tourism, security, and public safety interests of Naga City. So item number 12, consolidated feedback on the proposed ordinance amending City Ordinance number 2001-56 promulgating rules and regulations on segregating proper disposal of garbage in the City of Naga. So item number 13, on the consolidated feedback from the I-Governance Program Office on the proposed ordinance on the Naga City Drinking Water Code. Item number 14, the consolidated feedback on the proposed ordinance entitled Naga City Zero Carbon Policy. Item number 15, the consolidated feedback on the proposed ordinance amending the establishment of the Naga City Human Milk Hub. Under new business, as item number 10, a letter from Caceres Sports Arena owner Eduardo Mercado Jr. seeking approval for the issuance of permit to hold a two-cock derby on June 11, 2026. Item number 11, a proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza authorizing the grant of medical allowance to employees of the city government in the amount of 7,000 and its release in cash to those who will avail of their own HMO-type benefit or pay renew their existing ones. Item number 12, a proposed ordinance from the Honorable Francisco Mendoza revising and updating the rules, procedures, and criteria for the issuance of special use permits, amending for this purpose relevant provisions of Ordinance number 2000-71, otherwise known as the Revised Zoning Ordinance of Naga City. As item number 13, a letter from the Honorable Nathan A. Serio submitting 3 attached legislative measures towards supporting the city's education program, particularly increasing the budget for the Special Education Fund. entitled An Ordinance Requiring Real Estate Developers to Settle Outstanding Real Property Taxes on all previous and existing projects, including road lots and open spaces, as a prerequisite for the preliminary approval of location clearance and development permit for new projects in Naga City. Another proposed ordinance institutionalizing the EduLink system for real property taxation, requiring the simultaneous payment of taxes on land, its improvements to guarantee the full remittance of the Special Education Fund for the city's strategic literacy and scholarship programs. And third, a proposed ordinance directing the Office of the City Assessor to conduct the project discovery, intensified field inspection, and tax mapping operations to ensure the 100% declaration of all improvements on real property within
So
the city of Naga.
there are three separate proposed ordinances.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The three proposed measures were submitted, enclosed in one letter from the Honorable Nathan Selly, Mr. Chairman.
So that will be numbered 13, 14, 15.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. As item number 16, Mr. Chairman, the proposed red ribbon commitment ordinance. As item number 17,
How's that again?
the red ribbon commitment ordinance, Mr. Chairman. This is a proposed ordinance submitted by there's no mention of who submitted. But there's a draft proposed ordinance, Mr. Chairman, without mention of any. There's a list of sponsors: the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio, and Honorable Vito Borja. Proposed ordinance institutionalizing the Naga City HIV, STI, and Sexual Health Response Program, strengthening prevention, voluntary testing, linkage to care, treatment, support, privacy, protection, anti-stigma measures, and youth and community participation, otherwise known as the Naga City Red Ribbon Commitment Ordinance. Another proposed ordinance, Mr. Chairman, is item number 18, entitled
17.
17, Mr. Chairman, entitled an ordinance establishing the Naga City Right to Care program, creating the Right to Care card and Care Proxy Registry, and providing protocols for inclusive patient support, legal assistance, data privacy, and implementation, authored by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix. We have another matter under special business and order, marked as urgent, Mr. Chairman, as item number 16. A letter from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of an ordinance reverting to an appropriated balance, the amount of 1,500,000 out of the unobligated balance for machinery and equipment, medical equipment from the current year's appropriation for capital outlay of the City Health Office, and appropriating the same to capital outlay for the purchase of diaphragm tank and the purchase of a 1-unit generator set. Under new business, other matters, Mr.
Other
Chairman.
matters.
As item number 1, an invitation from Nasil Gaya President to the honorable members of the Sangguniang to the 2026 Employees Day on May 14, 2026. As item number 2, the status report of infrastructure projects submitted by the Department of Public Works and Highways. We also have another matter under special business and order, marked as urgent. A letter from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing the city mayor to sign the certification in relation to the road right-of-way for several infrastructure projects of the city government, numbering 22 infrastructure projects. Separate resolutions are being requested for the 22 projects in connection with the requirements of the Department of Public Works and Highways for the processing and implementation of the subject projects. With the proposed inclusions, Mr. Chairman, I move for the approval of the order of business.
Any second? Objection? No objection? No comment?
Just a additional, Mr. Chair, may I move to include under, with the indulgence of the Chairman of the Committee on Rules, to include under special business or order is a resolution of condolences to the bereaved family of the late Barangay Kagawad Roderick Hob of Mabolo.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Reaction from the
Item
chairman
number
of the Committee on
19.
Rules? Okay, so that will be included under SBO, item number 11.
Another, Mr. Chair, if the Chairman of the Committee on Rules is amenable, the minutes of this special session will be calendar under item number 8 instead of including it under unfinished business.
The calendar, the minutes of the special session.
Be calendared as item number 8 instead of including it under unfinished business.
Item number 8 of the SBO.
No, Mr. Chair. On the order of business. before the order of business, after the reading and approval of the order of business, the next will be the reading and approval of the minutes of the special session.
Okay.
Councilor Rosales?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I agree.
So that will be after the reading and approval of the order of business, then we will tackle the minutes of the special session. Okay. Any other comment? So the motion was duly seconded and there was no objection, so the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Reading and approval of the order, and reading and approval of the minutes of the special session held last.
Councilor Rosales?
Mr. Chairman, I move reading of the minutes of the special session and move for its approval.
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed resolution authored by the Honorable Jesse R. Albios.
By the way, let me acknowledge the presence of Councilor Alan Macaraig.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Alan Rees, Mr. Chair.
Well, I forgot the Alan Rees Macaraig. Sorry.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Councilor Rosales.
Just a clarification, the minutes was for the oversight hearing, not a special session, Mr. Chair.
It was an oversight, not a special session.
Yes, po.
Correction. Thank you.
Item
Next
number
item.
1 under SBO, a resolution expressing profound congratulations and highest commendation to Albert Jose T.J. Amaro II for his extraordinary achievement in setting 5 new swimming records during the Philippine Aquatic Incorporated National Championship held last May 1st to 3 at the new Clark City Aquatic Center.
Yes, Councilor Albios.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. During the recently conducted Philippine Aquatics Incorporated National Championship held last May 1 to 3 at the New Clark City Aquatic Center. The multi-awarded swimmer from Barangay San Felipe, Alberto C. TJ Amaro II, set 5 new swimming records with the following in the 50-meter freestyle, 100-meter freestyle, 200-meter freestyle, 50-meter butterfly, and 100 meters butterfly. With this achievement, Mr. Chair, may I move on joint collective motion for a passage of a resolution expressing profound congratulations and commendations to Alberto C. TJ Amaro II.
Joint and collective. Next item, please.
Next is another resolution sponsored by the Honorable Jesse R. Albios. Resolution congratulating Team Hydrologic for their technical achievement overall first runner-up at the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics or STEM exposition held last May 9 to 10 at the GT Toyota Asian Center, DUF Diliman.
Councilor Albios.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With the indulgence of the body, may I request that items 2, 3, and 4 be tackled simultaneously, considering that the event happened at the same time. So,
Items 2,
3, and 4.
3, and 4. Okay, please proceed.
Yes, 3 teams from the LGU-Naga University Senior High School gained achievements during the 2026 Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics exposition held at UP Diliman last May 9 and 10. They are the Love Bot for overall champion in the Physical Models or Tools category, Hydrologic team overall first runner-up and champion in the Environmental and Agricultural Innovation category, and the Visionaries second runner-up in the Physical Models or Tools category. So I move on joint and collective motion for 3 separate resolutions of commendation, Mr. Chair.
Joint and collective motion.
Joint collective.
Next item, please.
Next is the proposed Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio and Honorable Elmer Balimor, a resolution expressing the profound thanks and appreciation of the City Government of Naga to the De La Salle University, Harlequin Theater Guild, and the DLSU Center for Social Concern and Action, COSCA, for conducting the theater immersion and workshop held last May 8 to 10 at Villa Grande Elementary School, Barangay Concepcion Grande City.
Councilor Serio.
Mr. Chairman, kaning Friday up to Sunday, nagkaigwa ning theater workshop ang De La Salle University Harlequin Theater Guild in cooperation with Naga City Arts and Cultural Coalition. Pagkatapos kang Barangay Council of Concepcion Grande, ginibo ang workshop sa Villa Grande Elementary School, and mga participants gikan sa barangay na ito. Ini pong workshop may relasyon sa mansa sa tuyang finish lines, particularly sa culture and the arts, na gusto tang pararumon ini, yan bagang termino ni Alcalde ini, pararumon ta ini, and align ining ginibukang DLSU. Ngunyang pasalamatan ta po. I move that we pass on joint and collective motion a resolution expressing the profound thanks and appreciation of the City Government of Naga to the De La Salle University Harlequin Theater Guild and the LSU Center for Social Concern and Action for conducting the theater immersion and workshop held on May 8 to 10, 2026 at the Villa Grande Elementary School, Concepcion Grande City. So move.
On joint and collective
Yes,
motion.
Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Next is a communication from the Office of the City Mayor requesting for the passage of a resolution supporting the request of Mr. John Paul Duendia on the request for authority to include non-cooperative jeepney operators in the of fuel subsidy program pursuant to City Ordinance Number 2026.
Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, this matter was endorsed to the office of the city mayor, considering that the draft of the ordinance covering the grant of fuel subsidy for the jeepney drivers was originated from the city mayor's office. So I talked with former city councilor Rayan Rintoy already to so that he can discuss
So
the
you
matter.
will amend the ordinance?
We will wait for their endorsement or recommendation, Mr. Chair.
But we have already this letter coming from the city mayor.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if the city mayor's office wish to amend it and include this group of drivers, then we will amend the existing ordinance covering them to include those that are not members of the jeepney cooperatives.
Okay, so kindly make the necessary amendments based on the letter sent to us by the city mayor.
Yes,
Councilor
Mr.
Omar
Chair. My
Manafe.
apologies, Mr. Chair, because it's only now that I see this letter. Just a while ago, when we were at the mayor's office, I discussed it with Mr. Ray. And
So what you need are now spelled out in the letter.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So may I therefore move, Mr. Chair, that we consider the letter of the city mayor, and I move for the amendment of the ordinance, and in effect including.
No, I think you will have to amend first the ordinance and then present it to the plenary.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I stand corrected
You
on that.
just take note of what the mayor wants.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, it's a minor modification of the ordinance, but I will be submitting later during this session, Mr. Chair, the
Proposed amendment
proposed amendment.
ordinance. Okay, thank you, Councilor
Mr. Chair.
Omar Bonafe. Next item, please.
Next is a communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the memorandum agreement with the Land Bank of the Philippines relative to the implementation of the government purchase card program.
Reaction from the members of the council. Government purchase program. Card program. Councilor Rosales.
On joint and collective motion, I move to authorize the city mayor to enter, negotiate, and sign the memorandum of agreement with Land Bank of the Philippines for the implementation of the government purchase card program.
Any second to the motion?
Second.
Any objection? Joint and collective. Next item, please.
Next is the communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution approving the request of the Barangay Council of Igualdad relative to the release and utilization of the component of the Barangay Support Fund for calendar year 2026 intended for the purchase of 1 unit of multi-purpose vehicle with an amount of 950,000.
Councilor Elmer Baldemoro, the chairman of the Committee on Appropriations.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I move for passage of a resolution granting the request of Barangay Council of Igualdad relative to the release and utilization of the Barangay Support Fund intended for the purchase of 1 unit multipurpose vehicle with an amount of 950,000 pesos. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item.
Next is the resolution authored by the Honorable Ernmel Barnimoro, a resolution expressing profound sympathy and deep appreciation to the late Dr. Magno S. Conag Jr., President of the City College of Naga, for his dedicated service and invaluable contribution to education and the youth of Naga City upon his untimely demise on May 10, 2026.
Joint and collective. Councilor Balimoro.
Mr. Chair, tonight is the necrological service to Dr. Magno Conag, and we are invited to
Tonight.
So we will be having our necrological service tonight. Okay. Next item, please.
Next item is communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with Adventist Development and Relief Agency, or ADRA, Philippines, relative to the implementation of stronger resilience health system for sexual and reproductive health and rights project.
The chairman of the Committee on Health, City Councilor Dr. Gayla Bonal Gomez.
Co-chair, Mr.
The co-chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, this effort from ADRA Philippines will help us in our sexual and reproductive health and gender-based violence program. So therefore, Mr. Chair, may I move that we pass a resolution authorizing our city mayor to enter into this agreement with Adventist Development and Relief Agency, or ADRA Philippines, for the Stronger project. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? Joint and collective? Joint and collective. Next item, please.
Next is another communication requesting for the passage the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Elmer Balimoro, co-authored by Honorable Francisco Mendoza, Honorable Maria Corazon Peña-Flor, an ordinance appropriating the Barangay Support Fund for calendar year 2026 in the amount of unfinished.
Okay, kindly check.
A communication from the Office of the City Mayor requesting for the passage of an ordinance reverting to an appropriated balance the amount of 1.5 million out of the unobligated balance for machineries and equipment, medical equipment from the current year appropriation for capital outlay at the City Health Office and appropriating the same to the various programs.
City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, as requested by the City Mayor, and since it is urgent, may I move for a passage of a ordinance reverting to unappropriated balance the amount of 1,500,000 out of the unobligated balance for machinery and equipment, medical equipment from the current year's appropriation for capital outlay of the City Health Office, and appropriating the same to the following to cover the purchase of diaphragm tank 200,000, and for the purchase of 1 unit 75 kVA phase generator set amounting to 1.3 million, totaling the amount of 1.5 million. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
Is that the entire request as flashed on the screen? Is there a page 2? Previous page. Okay. No objection, Mr. Chair.
Councilor Rosales.
How about, Mr. Chairman, necessary amendment to the annual investment plan, considering that this will entail a change in the appropriations? I would say that the AIP must first be amended to make the necessary basis for this.
Reaction, Councilor Balimoro.
Could we invite Mr. Chair from the Office of the City Mayor?
How's that again?
Could we invite a representative from the City Mayor's office?
Okay. Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
Regarding the query of Councilor Oying Rosales, the second column would already represent the annual investment program items. Can we request the Secretariat to lower? I think that is already represented because there is an AIP reference and the corresponding PPAs for each. So their inclusion in the annual investment program would have been complied with, Mr. Chair.
So we can approve that on second reading. Now,
With the indulgence of Councilor Oying, I believe we can already approve the same.
Councilor Rosales.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I was just raising the query to ensure that the reversion is already included in our current annual investment plan. This will support the directive that the appropriation must be within the priorities of the city government. So if it is already in the AIP, then I have no objection, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so
the Honorable Frank says that it is.
we don't have any objection from the council. The motion was duly seconded, so the motion is approved on second reading. Next item, please.
Next is request from the Office of the City Mayor authorizing the City Mayor to sign the certification in relation to the rights of way for the following projects. First is the proposed convergence and special support program of multipurpose building facilities to support service construction of the Naga City Center for Safety and Resilience. And then next is the proposed convergence and special support program, the multi-purpose building facilities to support services construction of dormitory at the Balatas Development Complex. Third is the proposed convergence and special support program, the multi-purpose building facilities to support services construction, repair, rehabilitation of the Naga City Civic Center. And the fourth is the convergence and special support program, multi-purpose building facilities to support services construction of Metro Naga Sports Complex. Next is the proposed convergence and special support program.
Yes, Councilor
There
Rosales.
are 20 projects. The
Okay.
Secretary might be exhausted after reading all of it. The request is just for the City Mayor to be authorized to sign a certification in relation to the existence of road right-of-way for the 22 projects listed therein. This is in connection with the requirement of the DPWH.
No objection from the members of the council.
On joint and collective motion, I move to pass the resolution, Mr. Chair.
Councilor Mendoza.
Just an amendment, Mr. Chair. It would be for each and every project as required.
How's that again?
So it would be a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to certify as to the existence of a right-of-way for each of the 22 projects.
So separate
Yes.
separate resolutions
Yes, Mr. Chair. So move.
on joint and collective motion. Next item, please.
Next is the resolution expressing profound sympathy to former Barangay Kagawad of Roderick Copo.
Joint and collective.
Joint collective.
Next item, please.
Next is the unfinished business. The committee report of the Committee on Infra held last April 27, 2026.
Unfinished business? Okay. Committee on Infrastructure?
Frank, in front. Lingon ko daw.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I request acknowledgement of the committee report of the Committee on Infrastructure held April 27, 2026.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
There was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
2 items only. The first is a letter dated March 6, 2026 from Director Kadafi D. Tanggol, Regional Director DPWH Bicol, addressed to the City Mayor requesting the issuance of a right-of-way certification for local infrastructure projects within Naga City, and a Sangguniang Panlungsod resolution authorizing the City Mayor to sign for it on behalf of the city government, the cited certification. Mr. Chair, actually this matter refers to the recently approved resolution just now. So this would render this item moot and academic.
Moot and academic.
Likewise, second item, second item is letter dated April 15, 2026 from Engineer Jose B. Gigantoni Jr., OIC, District Engineer, Camarines Sur, 3rd District Engineering Office, DPWH, following up on their request for the resolution endorsing fiscal year 2026 DPWH infra projects based on the General Appropriations Act. Likewise, Mr. Chair, this has been acted upon by the Sangguniang in plenary last week, so the same is recommended to be declared as moot and academic.
Moot and academic.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Frank Mendoza, the chairman of the Committee on Infrastructure. Why don't we go to the committee report of the Committee on Blue Ribbon? Councilor Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to discuss matters with the Sangguniang Plenary to deliberate it. After the break, Mr. Chairman, I will render the report.
Okay, okay. So we proceed to item number 3.
Move for a break, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Councilor Serio.
maninigo asin dapat. Naapresyaron ta ang pag-abot. Ang nag-abot na balaog kan mahal na Diyos. I move for recess.
Thank you, thank you. So it's a recess.
Pero si Pamao.
Mendoza. Session resumed.
Business, the committee report of the Committee on Blue Ribbon and Administrative Cases.
Committee report of the Committee on Blue Ribbon and Administrative Cases to be rendered by City Councilor Oying Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, may I move for the acknowledgement of the report for the meeting held last April 22, 2026.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
There was a quorum, Mr. Chairman,
There was a quorum.
and
Thank
the
you.
sole item is the complaint affidavit executed by Charles Kerubin Dadua against Punong Barangay Juan Francis Mendoza of Barangay Concepcion Pequeña for conduct prejudicial to the best interest of service, dereliction of duty, and gross negligence. Okay. There are actually two administrative cases filed by Lupon members, former Lupon members of the said barangay for against Punong Barangay Juan Francis Mendoza. I'm just looking for the exact church. Is not here. It's here in my laptop, Mr. Chairman. Okay. The first complaint is for conduct prejudicial to the best interests of service, dereliction of duty, and gross negligence, filed by Charles Q. Dadua. And the second complaint is for conduct prejudicial to the best interests of service, conduct unbecoming of a public official, and grave misconduct, filed by Charles Q. Dadua, Chona R. Erfe, and Tomas O. Villacarlos against Punong Barangay Mendoza and Barangay Secretary Jose Angel B. Guidote. We have already deliberated the draft decision of the committee, Mr. Chairman, so I move to dispense the reading of the entire draft decision that this committee is moving for the plenary to adopt. And may I respectfully move, Mr. Chairman, that we proceed to the recording of the votes after I make the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Your first motion is?
The first motion is for the adoption of the draft decision, Mr. Chairman.
Any second to the motion?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. And your second motion?
The second motion was to dispense with the reading of the draft decision, Mr. Chairman. We have already deliberated extensively the draft decision. I understand there are inhibitions, Mr. Chairman, that has to be recorded as well in the minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Who will be inhibiting? Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can we at least read the dispositive portion of the decision, just to put it on record?
Okay, please read the dispositive portion of the decision.
The dispositive portion reads as follows, Mr. Chairman. Wherefore, premises considered, Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga finds Punong Barangay Juan Francis Mendoza guilty of dereliction of duty, simple neglect, and misconduct in office, simple misconduct under Section 60C of the Local Government Code. Accordingly, a penalty of 1 month suspension is hereby imposed. And the complaint against Barangay Secretary Guidote is hereby dismissed for lack of jurisdiction over his person, and the other charges for conduct prejudicial to the best interest of service and conduct unbecoming of a public official are also hereby dismissed as the charges are not grounds provided under the Local Government Code where the Sangguniang Disciplining Authority may be anchored. So that's the dispositive portion, and this committee is moving for the adoption of the plenary.
Second.
The votes, Mr. Chairman, were already the recorded and signed by the members, and we were able to reach a majority concurrence, Mr. Chairman. But however, there are inhibitions from the Honorable Baldimoro, Honorable Macaraig, and Honorable Peñaflor that has to be recorded in the minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Any comment? Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
Again, for transparency, can we read the votes of each of the members?
Please proceed.
Honorable Elmer Baldimoro, inhibit or abstain. Honorable Albios, concur. Honorable Rosales, concur. Honorable Vito Borjo on medical leave. Honorable Gail Abunal Gomez, concur. Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenape, concur. Honorable Jokno, absent. Honorable Francisco Mendoza, concur. Honorable Alan Riz Macaraig, inhibit or abstain. Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio, concur. Honorable Maria Peñaflor, inhibit or abstain. And Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, concur.
Okay.
There being majority concurrence, Mr. Chairman, the draft decision is adopted by the plenary. And may I respectfully move that the copies of the said decision, as indicated in the draft decision, be furnished to the city mayor and the parties for their information.
Okay, thank you.
That ends my report, Mr. Chairman.
Next item.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Housing and Settlement for the hearing last May 7.
Councilor Albios.
Mr. Chair, may I request acknowledgement of the report of the Committee on Housing and Settlements?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The committee hearing was held on May 7, 2026, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum.
Okay. Item number 1 is the case report of the Villa Emilieta subdivision, regulatory dispute submitted by the City Planning and Development Office, under which is the inspection report dated 29 April 2026, submitted by the City Treasurer's Office on the ocular inspection conducted by the Joint Inspection Team on 13 April 2026 at Monteville Homeowners Association, Incorporated, located at Sitio Badang, San Rafael, Cararayan, Naga City. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of the Honorable David Casper Nathan A. Serio, duly seconded by Honorable Wilfredo Jude A. Jokno and Ms. Amparo Vergara, the committee resolved to adopt the recommendations of the Joint Inspection Team regarding the Villa Emilieta subdivision located in Sitio Badang, Barangay Cararayan, Naga City, and to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the following actions. Letter A, direct the City Planning and Development Office to issue a cease and desist order against the developers of the Villa Emilieta subdivision, covering all marketing and pre-selling activities until such time that the required preliminary approval and locational clearance, development permit from the city government, and license to sell from the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development have been secured. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Second disposition is to recommend to the City Mayor's Office for its consideration the issuance of a public advisory stating that Villa Emilieta has not yet secured the necessary permits and license to sell lots. So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends the report. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, Councilor Albios. Next item, please.
Next, the committee report of the Committee on Transport held last May 6, 2026.
Committee on Transport headed by City Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, may I request acknowledgement of the Committee on Transport report?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Committee on Transport conducted its committee hearing last May 6, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
For the business of the day, we have item number 1, the letter dated December 4, 2025 of Julian S. Ciron and Francisco Escala Jr. of Pepsi Cola Products Philippines Incorporated, requesting for delivery trucks exemption from the implementation of truck ban. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albios, duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary that this matter be disregarded and that no action be taken, considering that this was already the third time that no representative from the Pepsi Cola Philippines appeared before the committee. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the letter of Ms. Army Gunay, I-Governance Program Director, submitting the consolidated feedback report with reference to the publication of the proposed slow-moving vehicle lane regulation ordinance. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to direct the Public Safety Office to strictly implement the city's road clearing ordinance, which is related to the letter of Ms. Army Gunay. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the endorsement of the acting head of the Trimobile Task Force forwarding the following applications for transfer of Trimobile franchises. Letter A from Mr. Carlos I. Martin to Ms. Rosario M. Arias by virtue of retirement. Letter B from Noel D. Mira to Stephanie L. Mira, also by virtue of retirement. And letter C from Faustina B. Mendones to Leia M. Banyes, also due to retirement. May I proceed to the individual dispositions on the said request, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On the application of Carlos I. Martin for transfer to Rosario M. Arias, finding all the documents to be complete and in order on motion of Honorable Albios, duly seconded by Honorable Buenafe, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary for a passage of a resolution approving the application of Mr. Carlos I. Martin for the transfer of the Trimobile franchise number NC05RTF0784 to his sister Rosario Arias, subject to the completion of all requirements and the payment of the prescribed fees under City Ordinance number 93-049. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
On the application of Mr. Mira for transfer to Ms. Stephanie Mira, finding all the documents to be complete and in order, on motion of Honorable Albios, duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary for the passage of the resolution approving the application of Mr. Mira to transfer to his daughter Stephanie Mira, subject to the completion of all requirements and the payment of the prescribed fees under our existing city ordinance. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
On the application of Faustina Mendones to transfer to Leia Banyes, also with the completion of the documents that were submitted, it is moved by Honorable Albios, duly seconded by Honorable Mendoza, to favorably endorse to the plenary for passage of resolution approving the same and subject to the completion of the requirements and payment of prescribed fees. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any
Second.
second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the endorsement from the Acting Tri-Mobile Task Force endorsing the following applications for transfer, namely from Emerita F. Politico to Ruby Grace Politico, and from Gloria A. Nasol to Gary A. Nasol. May I proceed to the dispositions, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
please.
Finding all the documents to be complete and in order, on motion of Honorable Albios, duly seconded by Honorable Mendoza, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the passage of a resolution approving the application of Emerita Politico for the transfer of Tri-Mobile franchise number NC 05 RTF 0570 to her daughter Ruby Grace Politico, subject to the completion of requirements and payment of prescribed fees. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
On the application of Gloria Nasol for transfer to Gary Nasol of franchise number NC 05 RTF 0635, finding all the documents to be complete and in order, on motion of Honorable Albios, seconded by Honorable Mendoza, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary for approval, and this is subject to the completion of all requirements and the payment of the prescribed fees. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the endorsement of the Acting Tri-Mobile Task Force endorsing the application of Jonathan Ebe for transfer of 2 units of Tri-Mobile franchises from his deceased father, Lope Ebe Jr. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Finding all the documents to be complete and in order, on motion of Honorable Albios, duly seconded by Honorable Mendoza, the committee resolved to recommend for the passage of 2 separate resolutions approving the application for transfer of franchise numbers NC 05 RTF 0697 and NC 05 RTF 1020 from deceased Lope Ebe to his son, Jonathan Ebe. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item is the Barangay Carolina Resolution Number 3, Series of 2026, requesting the City Government of Naga for issuance of 20 franchises to the Carolina Tri-Mobile Operators and Drivers Association, or CATODA. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Mendoza, duly seconded by Honorable Albios, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for a passage of an ordinance further amending number 93-049 and also ordinance number 98-107, which reduces the number of 20 units to 15 units for the Carolina Tri-Mobile Operators and Drivers Association, with service area covering Barangay Carolina, flying from Centro Carolina to Kilometer 10, to the boundary of Siembre, Calabanga, and to the boundary of San Isidro and Carolina, Naga City.
We are dealing here with 2 proposed amended ordinances.
Yes, actually, Mr. Chair, that is incorporated also already. That is incorporated the amendments of Ordinance number 93-049 and as amended by Ordinance number 98-107 and made as an integral part of this report, Mr. Chair, is the proposed ordinance covering these amendments, and this has been submitted to the Secretariat, Mr. Chair. And under Section 2, under Section 1, it amends the mentioned ordinances by reducing the number of trimobile units from 20 to 15 units as determined by the route measure capacity conducted by the PSO. And under Section 2, it enumerates the areas that will be covered by the said 15 units of trimobile. That is from Centro Carolina to kilometer 10, that is the boundary of Pacol and Carolina, and up to the boundary of Siembre, Calabanga, and up to the boundary of barangays San Isidro and Carolina, Naga City. This is all originating from the Centro Carolina. So, yan po ang salient points nitong proposed ordinance that is made as an integral part of this committee report. This is presented for the approval of this council in session today, Mr. Chair.
Any comment or reaction to the proposals made by Councilor Omar Buenafe? No comment?
Mr. Chair, I therefore move for the approval of this proposed ordinance, which is made an integral part of the disposition of the item that was resolved regarding the request for the grant of franchises.
In other words, you have crafted an ordinance.
Yes,
and,
Mr. Chair, in support of the disposition of the committee regarding the request of Barangay Carolina for these franchises.
So the requests and the suggestions have been incorporated in your proposed ordinance.
That is correct, Mr. Chair. So I move for the approval of this proposed ordinance,
Second.
Mr. Chair.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading.
Thank you,
Next
Mr.
item.
Chair. The next is the letter of Gregorio Espiritu, President, Naga City General Hospital, Toda, about their desire to have a waiting area for their operation. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Mendoza, duly seconded by Honorable Albios, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to direct the Public Safety Office to inspect the area subject of this request and to submit the recommendation within 10 days from receipt thereof. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the letter from Punong Barangay Felix Matias Largo Sr. submitting ordinance number 2025-03, an ordinance requesting the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Naga City to grant a franchise to the Santa Cruz e-trike operators and drivers association. And same originator of the letter as item number 9 from Punong Barangay Largo Sr. submitting the proposed ordinance promulgating and regulating the conduct and operation of Santa Cruz Pedicab Operators and Drivers Association of Code 2018-2002. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Albios, duly seconded by Honorable Mendoza, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to refer these matters to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances for review. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends my report, Mr. Chair. Thank
Thank you, Councilor Omar Buenafe. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances and Social Development for the hearing last May 6.
Laws and ordinances jointly with Committee on
Social Development.
Social Development.
Today I move for the acknowledgement of the report for the meeting held last May 6, Mr.
Your
Chairman.
report is duly acknowledged,
There was a
Councilor
quorum.
Oying Rosales.
There was a quorum, Mr. Chairman. May I proceed to the first item?
There was a quorum.
The first item is a transmittal from Punong Barangay Jackie Villaferte of Barangay Peña Francia, Naga City, transmitting Barangay Ordinance number 2026-1, series of 2026, providing medical assistance in the form of medicines to PWDs of Barangay Peña Francia, and another ordinance number 2025-1, granting burial assistance to PWDs of Barangay Peña Francia. No representative was present from the said barangay. The committee resolved to defer the matter and reschedule it at another committee hearing.
So deferred.
The second item is a letter dated April 24 from the Executive Judge of the Regional Trial Court containing comments and recommendations in relation to the proposed ordinance on notarial services in the City of Naga. This pertains to the proposed ordinance of disrepresentation, prohibiting misrepresentation as a notary public, the unauthorized offering of notarial services in public places, and providing for enforcement, administrative abatement, and penalties. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to recommend to the plenary for second reading the proposed ordinance as entitled, provided that the recommendations made by the executive judge are incorporated. Mr. Chairman, may I proceed to the discussion of the proposed ordinance?
Yes, please. Kindly flash the proposed ordinance on the screen.
Mr. Chairman, the proposed ordinance is in response to the request of the Regional Trial Court for a specific ordinance to assist the initiatives of the judiciary in regulating and supervising the actions of notary publics and those who are offering purported notarial services in the City of Naga. Particularly, Mr. Chairman, in the downtown centro, there are individuals who are putting up signages as notary publics in the said location, who are not commissioned notary publics. So the Honorable Judge Pablo Formaran requested the city government to take action through the passage of this proposed ordinance. In his comments, Mr. Chairman, he commended the the proposal and manifested his support and suggested to incorporate a provision that the penalties are without prejudice to the filing of criminal charges as applicable under the revised penal code, which I have already incorporated under Section 7 of the said proposed ordinance. So the prohibited acts are as follows under Section 3, or Section 5, Mr. Chairman.
By the way, Councilor Oying, when you say you are a notary public, you should be a lawyer.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, clear. Because there are many notary publics who are not lawyers.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I understand there might be comments or questions, but Mr. Chairman, may I request that they be rendered after the discussion.
Okay, you can proceed with your report.
Okay. So, legal basis, Mr. Chairman, under Section 4, it is within the city government's police power to regulate the use of streets, alleys, sidewalks. It is also within the authority of the city government to regulate the putting up of signs, signposts, awning posts on the streets, prohibit encroachments or obstacles thereon, authorize the removal of encroachments and illegal constructions in public places. So the following are the prohibited acts under this proposed ordinance: misrepresentation as notary public, as defined under Section 3C of this ordinance. It refers to any act of claiming, stating, implying, or holding oneself out through words, signage, printed materials, online postings, or conduct as a notary public or as authorized to perform notarial acts when one has no valid authority to do so. Second prohibited act, unauthorized offering in public places shall be unlawful for any person to set up, station, or conduct notarial services or purported notarial services in public places, including, this is very common, Mr. Chairman, in Centro, solicitation of passers-by for notarization. One would just walk somewhere near the plaza area. When you're holding a piece of paper, they're already calling you for notarial services. So, especially where this results in obstruction, encroachment, and especially nuisance, Mr. Chairman. Posting, displaying misleading signage in public places, it shall be unlawful to post, hang, mount, display any signage, advertisement in public places, stating or implying availability of notary public services without lawful authority. This one also, Mr. Chairman, is important. Unlawful for any person to knowingly aid, abet, facilitate the above prohibited acts, including by providing a venue in a public place, recruiting clients, or collecting fees on behalf of the violator. So the implementing office is the Public Safety Office, which is tasked as the primary office who shall implement the mandates of this proposed ordinance. So, in coordination with local police or barangay personnel, they shall remove or impound any signage or advertisement in a public place that misrepresents notarial authority. Remove tables, chairs, makeshift booths, similar setups used to offer purported notarial services that encroach upon or obstruct public places. During impoundment, they shall take photographs, video documentation, prepare inventory, issue citation ticket, property receipt to the person from whom the items were taken if present, and impounded, confiscated items may be claimed within 7 days upon applicable payment of applicable fines provided under this ordinance, and execution of a written undertaking to cease the conduct of prohibited acts. Section 7 are the penalty provisions. We do know we have authority to impose penalties up to 5,000 pesos. So the first and third offense are within the authority of the Sangguniang to impose, including the third offense, which is 30 days imprisonment, or both at the discretion of the court. The same penalty shall be imposed upon the proprietor or judicial entity if the offender is a business establishment permitting such acts in its frontage, sidewalk area, except that on the third offense, the juridical entity shall be the penalty shall be non-renewal of business permit in lieu of imprisonment. So those are the salient points, Mr. Chairman, of this proposed ordinance. And this is being submitted for approval for second reading.
Comment? Councilor Nathan Serio.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magayon ining ginibong legislative measure ni Consul Oying. And sa kaaraman siguro kang kadaklan, o sa mga naghinanyog online, mahapot ko lang po tabi si Consul Oying. Ano ang epekto kung ang nadulok na abogado, nagnotaryo, pero mayo man pala siyang, di man siya pig-commission na as notaryo publiko? Ano mangyayari duman sa dokumento?
Councilor Oying.
Halimbawa, sibilyan, ang pagkaintindi, basta abogado, pwedeng magnotaryo. May dinulok siya. Ang dinulok niya, di man pala commission kang kudikatura na magnotaryo. Ano mangyari duman sa dokumento?
It is deemed as not notarized, Mr. Chairman.
So, garuman sa na mayong epekto itong...
And the notary public would have, the lawyer would be exposed to criminal litigation, Mr. Chairman.
What happened po kung halimbawa deed of sale, mga transaksyon digdi sa Naga, anpada to lang kang bayad sa abogado, 1%, garo 1% yan kang contract price. What if nakabayad na duman si kunyan, ano ang recourse katong nabiktima? Ikakasuhan niya si abogado.
Yes,
Hindi ka man pala
recourse,
authorized
Mr.
magnotaryo, nagnotaryo ka. Tapos siningil mo ako ang dakula.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Ayun po.
There are liabilities that would be imposed under the revised penal code, Mr. Chairman.
Pwedeng obligaron siya na ibalik si na-receive niyang 1% kang contract price sa deed of sale.
I do believe so, Mr. Chairman, as
Thank
civil
you.
damages.
Maging warning man lugod sa mga
Okay.
involved sa real property transactions.
So in other words, even if you are a lawyer, but you have not been designated by the executive judge,
Commission, Mr. Chairman. The
Yes.
lawyers would have to apply for commission.
so you cannot notarize.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. No, you cannot, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Councilor Aris Macaraig.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I support the noble purpose of this ordinance. However, I have questions. This ordinance will also apply to lawyers or only to non-lawyers? Because my understanding, Mr. Chair, is that the practice of law, even the malpractice of law, is only under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. We cannot step into the practice and the malpractice of lawyers. It's only the Supreme Court under the Constitution who can impose any penalty for malpractice or practice of law of lawyers. So I'm clarifying whether the ordinance applies to lawyers and non-lawyers. Because if so, we might be in ultra vires if this will apply to lawyers, Mr. Chair.
Reaction, Councilor Rosales.
The proposed ordinance, Mr. Chairman, makes no distinction as to whom it applies. It merely defines the act which is being prohibited, which is misrepresentation as a notary public. So if the act falls within the definition, then there could be administrative liabilities as imposed under this ordinance. If the offender is a lawyer, I would say he could be liable as defined under this proposed ordinance. Although it is without prejudice to, again, as mentioned by the Honorable Macaraig, without prejudice to liabilities that may be imposed upon him administratively through the proper agencies of government or the IBP or the Supreme Court.
Again, reaction from
Yes, Mr.
Councilor
Chair.
Aris Macaraig.
Even the BIR cannot impose requiring the lawyers compliance to their requirements in the practice of law. If the ordinance will cover lawyers, I will vote not in favor of the ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Again, any comment from the principal author, Councilor Uying Rosales?
No comment, Mr. Chairman. The question has been answered, that the prohibited act is defined, and as long as the act falls within the prohibited act,
Comment
they
from
could be liable
Councilor
under-
Mendoza?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I echo the sentiment of Councilor Aris, but the ordinance seeks to regulate, the essence of the ordinance seeks to regulate the practice of the notarial practice in the city. I believe that is within the jurisdiction of the judiciary, not within the local government unit. But the proposed ordinance can be deemed as within our powers if we limit it only to the authority granted us under the cited provision of the local government code, which is to regulate the use of streets, regulate the putting up of signs, prohibition of encroachment, obstacles on streets and alleys. So, on the prohibited acts, letter A, misrepresentation as notary public as defined in Section 3C. 3C states that misrepresentation as notary public refers to any act of claiming, stating, implying, or holding oneself out through words, signage, printed materials, online postings, or conducts as a notary public or as authorized to perform notarial acts when one has no valid authority to do so. As stated, I believe, Mr. Chair, we don't have jurisdiction except if they do that on public streets, alleys, etc. That would be only the time that the LGU would have jurisdiction. Likewise, on letter B, unauthorized offering in public places, I believe that is aligned with the provision of the local government code because there is a provision in the last part, especially where this results in obstruction, encroachment, or nuisance. That one, we have authority over. Letter C, posting, displaying, misleading signage in public places. It shall be unlawful to post, hang, mount, display any signage, advertisement in public places. I think that we would have authority on that. Likewise, with the succeeding prohibition, aiding or abetting, it shall be unlawful for any person to knowingly aid, abet, facilitate, etc. in a public place, then we would have authority. But on the other provisions wherein it would appear that we are regulating the practice of notary public, I think that is beyond our power, Mr. Chair.
What is your reaction, Councilor Uying Rosales?
Mr. Chairman, I would say, Mr. Chairman, that we are not actually regulating the practice of notary public. We are just regulating the misrepresentation that is being conducted by individuals in public places. That is the intent of this proposed ordinance. May I know, Mr. Chairman, if there's a specific proposal from the Honorable Mendoza?
Councilor Mendoza, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On letter A, misrepresentation as notary public, maybe we can add here a provision refers to any act of claiming, stating, implying, or holding oneself out through word signage. We add we add again the prohibition stated in the local government code, wherein it is prohibited to engage in notary public in public places, alleys, etc. Just so we regain our power as LGUs.
Will that be okay with you, Councilor Uying?
I agree, Mr. Chairman.
Probably, Mr. Chair, with your respect, misrepresentation as notary public in public places. Ayusin na lang siguro ang wording.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's acceptable, Mr. Chairman, to me.
Okay, so any other comment, Councilor Mendoza?
No more at this time, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Just,
Councilor Aris Macaraig.
Mr. Chairman, just like to add, Mr. Chairman, when I had conversation with the executive judge, he was requesting that we do something about what's happening in Centro, because there are individuals just putting up signs, notary public, when they are not notary public, and individuals just standing around in the streets offering notary services when they don't have any authority to offer notary services. So he was requesting the city government to do something about it, but the Public Safety Office said that there is no basis for us to do anything about it because the same is within the jurisdiction of the Regional Trial Court. So that's why the executive judge suggested that an ordinance be passed concerning his concern, relative to his concern, Mr. Chairman.
And for as long as we do not interfere in the actual practice of lawyers, as stated by Councilor Aris Macaraig. Yes, Councilor Macaraig.
It's really prohibited to solicit services for lawyers, Mr. Chair. So day man po talaga dapat nag-aalok ng notarial services in public si mga bako manotaryo. Ang iba po, they solicit pag-aram ninda may kaput dokumento na inot pa sinda, tigo-offer na ninda. Mapanotaryo ka ngaya, ay may bistong ako. Bako man taga-naga or day man familiar. So, maiba naman siya duman. That practice, Mr. Chair, oftentimes lead to abuse because day ngay nag-aaram, day man niya aram kung ano ang ginigibo kanot, kung sinakatukaw na nakabarong, notaryo talaga or abogado, bako ang taga-naga, so dakol po nabibiktima. And napaparaot po ang notarial practice, lalo na kansi mga legitimate notaries public. But still, this is the, with all due respect to Judge Formaran, this is the under his supervision, and he is, I believe, empowered by the Supreme Court to supervise all these practices. But the practice of notarization, even lawyering, representing in the court, is regulated by the Supreme Court. Whether you are a lawyer or not, the practice of law, including the practice of notarization, under the Constitution is
Covered by the Supreme Court.
Under the Supreme Court. So my worry only, Mr. Chair, is that the ultra vires this might involve something that is beyond the power of the LGU.
But Councilor Frank Mendoza made some amendments to the proposed ordinance so that your concern will be addressed.
Sometimes it happens, Mr. Chair, that lawyers notarize without notary commission or without being aware or forgetting that nag-expire na si notarial commission in Dakan December. Also, minsan mayo ka ng notary commission, nakasabit pa duman si pangaran mo, may nakalag pang notary public. And that is a violation of the the canons of the legal profession, not the ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Yes, so we will
be calling the attention of actual lawyers for violation of ordinance. That will be beyond our power. So
we will not include provisions which are beyond the powers of the City Council.
Maybe we can specifically state that this does not cover lawyers, Mr. Chair. Because
will that be okay with you, Councilor Oying Rosales?
Those offering services, Mr. Chair, in Panganiban, in Centro, they are not lawyers.
Yes.
Mga alalay po or mga fixer.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if it will satisfy the concerns of the members, we can add the definition of misrepresentation as notary public refers to any act of non-lawyers,
Because if it's a
claiming,
lawyer,
stating.
if it's,
I think that will be,
if it's a lawyer, then the concern be directed to the Honorable Office of the Executive
the
Judge,
Supreme Court.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The issue actually here is not whether the one is a lawyer or not. The issue is practicing something on public streets, alleys, etc. That is only where our authority. So I believe, Mr. Chair, provided that all these acts are done in the prohibited areas as defined in the local government code, whether he is a lawyer or a non-lawyer, he is subject to his ordinance. Ito po nga concern na lalakdang na kita duman sa notarial practice, which is within the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and locally within the executive judge who has the task of enforcing the same. May iwasan yan if we limit the scope of this ordinance only to those encroaching on public spaces, regardless kung iyan abogado o bako. Iyon man lang ang puderta.
Reaction from Councilor Aris Macaraig.
The act of notarization is just the final act, Mr. Chair. Sometimes, the offer of the fixer is this. Mabarakalan po ka muning motor, mayo ka mun deed of sale, ako magibo kan deed of sale. That is practice of law, the preparation of legal documents. Ako naman po ang mapanotaryo ka ini. Tamay bistado ako dyan sa balyo. That is also a service that he cannot perform. He is not authorized to perform, being a non-lawyer, for example. But if a lawyer offers his friend in public, in the street, even in the highway, that he will make a deed of sale, that is practice of law that is allowed. He is authorized. Now, as to the notarization, nobody notarizes in the sidewalk, Mr. Chair. Not even in the middle of a highway. Notarize po yan sa opisina. So, there's really no notarization in the sidewalks. If we ever see somebody notarizing the sidewalk, that obviously not a lawyer, then he is liable for falsification. We already have the revised penal code for that. So, I just want to make the ordinance future-proof by removing from its coverage the lawyers, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Aris Macaraig. A reaction again from Councilor Mendoza.
Ang issue man lang tabi, Mr. Chair, is kung ining ordinance, i-regulate na ang notarial practice. Pero kung di kita matouch dyan, matouch lang kita sa obstruction, putting up of signs, awnings on the streets, prohibition of encroachment. Kung hanggang dyan kita malimit, that is within our powers. Pero kung ma-mention kita dyan on the notarial practice, whether commission or non-commission, outside na yan sa powers ta. So, saling ko maning conflict with the statements made by Councilor Aris. What I'm just stressing is that we limit the ordinance.
We'll just focus on that particular
Yes, as provided
portion.
under the local government code. Tayo man lang ang puderta.
Yeah, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman, may I move to defer action on this proposed ordinance? I will just submit a revision next session.
Okay, so deferment.
Third item is a letter dated April 21, 2026 from Barangay Concepcion Pequeña endorsing for review Barangay Ordinance Number 5, Series of 2026, penalizing littering and dumping of waste, Series of 2026, establishing the Barangay Violence Against Women and Children Desk of Pequeña. Committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the passage of a resolution declaring valid the said barangay ordinance. As subject to the submission of the corrected version of the said measure, there was a submission already, Mr. Chairman, so I move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The fourth item is a letter dated April 15, 2026 from Punong Barangay Intia of Barangay Dinaga, transmitting Barangay Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2026, requiring sari-sari stores, mini-marts, and bars located within the jurisdiction of Barangay Dinaga to display no selling of cigarettes and liquors to minors signage. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the passage of a resolution declaring valid Barangay Ordinance Number 2026-1 of Barangay Dinaga. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The fifth item is a proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Benefe prohibiting public nudity, toplessness, and other forms of indecent exposure in public places within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Naga and providing penalties for violations thereof. The committee resolved to defer consideration due to the absence of the proponent who was attending and presiding over a simultaneous committee hearing in his capacity as chairman. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
So deferred.
The last item is a proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Alan Rhys Macaraig, providing mechanisms for online reports of violations of city ordinances. Upon the request of the proponent, the committee resolved to return the proposed measure. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Deferred.
That ends my report.
Thank you, Councilor Oying Rosales. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report, the Committee on Family, Family Relations, Women, and Gender Equality.
The report will be rendered by City Councilor Dr. Gail Abunal Gomez.
Mr. Chair, for the Committee on Women, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, may I request acknowledgement of this report?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The hearing was held last May 6. We had a quorum, Mr. Chair.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
Its comments and recommendations to be submitted within 10 days from receipt hereof. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That's all for the report, Mr. Chair, on the Committee on Women, Family Relations, and Gender Equality.
You have completed the report,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
and then you will be rendering another report
Yes, of the Committee on
of
Health.
the Committee on Health.
Health.
So you are the co-chairman of the Committee on Health.
Yes,
Please
Mr.
proceed.
Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee hearing was also held last May 6. There was a quorum, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair,
Your report is duly acknowledged.
may I go to the first item? The first item, Mr. Chair, is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, establishing and institutionalizing the Nagaen Youth Heals Fellowship Program of Naga City, a one-year youth public health leadership fellowship and youth health ambassadorial program, and appropriating funds thereof. May I go to the disposition, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
please.
The committee resolved to first defer the consideration of the matter. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Deferred.
Second, furnish the following offices, agencies, and institutions with a revised proposed measure to be submitted by the proponent to the SP Secretariat for their comments. These comments will be submitted within 10 days from their receipt. So namely, Mr. Chair, the City Health Office 1, the Interim Officer of the Jesse M. Robredo Good Governance Center, higher education institution that offers medical courses, and the City College of Naga. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The second item is the proposed ordinance, again by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, establishing the Naga City Youth Cardio-Renal Metabolic Health Protection Program to promote prevention, early risk awareness, and healthy lifestyle among Nagaen youth, and providing for its implementation. May I please proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and to direct the Secretariat to furnish the City Health Office 1 in the Naga City General Hospital with a revised version of the proposal and require them to submit their respective comments within 10 days from receipt thereof. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The third item, Mr. Chair, is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Jesse R. Albios adopting the Drinking Water Code of Naga City, consolidating and strengthening local policies on drinking water quality regulation, monitoring, and enforcement consistent with national sanitation and drinking water laws and standards. May I go to the disposition, Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and return the proposed ordinance to the proponent to incorporate the inputs and recommendations of the committee members and stakeholders present during the committee. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Another disposition is to request the Sanitary Division of the City Health Office to provide the proponent with the following information to be incorporated in the proposed ordinance. First, the specific provision of the Sanitary Code of the Philippines that will be used as legal basis for the prohibition on the resale of water. Second is the necessary details and information that may be of use by the proponent to enhance the proposed ordinance. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The last item, Mr. Chair, is the email from Ms. Catherine May D. Bolaño, Project Development Officer 3 of the Universal Healthcare Program, submitting a Memorandum of Understanding template for review and signature. May I go to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter pending the city mayor's endorsement of the Memorandum of Understanding to the Sangguniang Panlungsod. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends, Mr. Chair, the report for Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Thank you, City
Next.
Councilor.
Next is the
Dr. Gail
committee.
Abunal Gomez.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Organizational Development.
The Committee on Organizational Development, and the report will again be rendered by Councilor Gail Abunal Gomez.
Mr. Chair, for these, may I request acknowledgement?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The committee hearing was held last May 11, yesterday, Mr. Chair. We had a quorum, Mr. Chair.
You had a quorum. Thank you.
The lone item is the proposed ordinance sponsored by the Honorable Jesse R. Albios, creating the position of zoning officer under the City Planning and Development Office, or CPDO. Together with that, Mr. Chair, is endorsement from the City Mayor an endorsement from the City Mayor containing the full support of the City Planning and Development pertaining to this proposed ordinance. May I go to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage on second reading of an ordinance creating the positions of Zoning Officer 4 and Zoning Officer 2 under the Zoning Administration Division of the City Planning and Development Office, defining their functions and qualification standards and appropriating the necessary funds therefore, pending the submission of a revised draft incorporating the comments and recommendations raised during the hearing. So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
So, in other words, we still cannot approve this proposed ordinance.
Mr. Chair, the Honorable Albios.
Yes, Councilor
would like to
Albios.
manifest.
Yes, Mr. Chair, the proponent will submit the revised copy upon receipt of the comments coming from the City Human Resource Management Office.
So that is why we cannot approve it
Yes, Mr. Chair.
right now?
Upon submission of the revised
Yes,
copy.
upon submission of all the inclusions.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that is why the second disposition, Mr. Chair, is to request the City Human Resource Management Office to submit its comments on the proposed ordinance. This is actually, Mr. Chair, a request coming from the City Mayor herself, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that ends my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Abunal Gomez. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Elmer Baldimoro, co-authored by Honorable Francisco Mendoza and Honorable Maria Corazon Peña Flor, an ordinance appropriating the Barangay Support Fund for calendar year 2026 in the total amount of 27 million, providing guidelines for its allocation and utilization, creating a separate appropriation for assistance to official barangay socio-cultural activities and for other purposes.
Councilor Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, two proposed ordinance were submitted pertaining to the 2026 Barangay Support Fund, and this proposed ordinance is the merging of the two proposed ordinance authored by this representation and the Honorable Mendoza, and we invited the Honorable Maria Corazon Peña Flor as co-author of this proposed ordinance. This pertains, Mr. Chair, to the appropriation of the Barangay Support Fund for the calendar year 2026 in the amount of 27 million pesos, and also the guidelines for its allocation, utilization, and a separate appropriation for the assistance to official barangay sociocultural activities and for other purposes. So in this proposed ordinance, Mr. Chair, may I request the Secretariat? One portion is the appropriation, the allocation of the 27 million to be given equally to the 27 barangays of Naga.
1 million pesos.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
For every barangay.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And the computation is for the Barangay Support Fund for the programs and project is 950,000 each, totaling to 25,650,000. And for the assistance to official barangay socio-cultural activities, having a breakdown of 25,000 for the barangay fiesta or barangay socio-cultural activities, 25,000 each, and for the barangay foundation anniversary, 25,000 each, for a total of 50,000 pesos for each barangay, totaling the amount of 1,350,000 pesos. And for the allocation for the use of the Barangay Support Fund, on the next section, may I request the Secretariat? So, the negative list, hindi pong mga pwedeng gastusan of the 950,000 allocation, which include the honoraria and compensation or benefits of barangay personnel, the administrative and operating expenses, the traveling expenses, the registration fees, and other expenses for training, seminars, and conferences, purchase, maintenance, or repair of office furniture, fixture, equipment, appliances, and similar administrative assets. And letter F, the purchase or maintenance or repair of motor vehicle intended for administrative purposes. On Section 5, Mr. Chair, the documentary requirements, the letter request signed by the Punong Barangay, the project brief for its proposed program or project, the barangay resolution authorizing the Punong Barangay to enter into MOA, the certified true copies of the Barangay Annual Investment Program, the notarized memorandum of agreement between the city government and the barangay, the program of works, if it is an infra project, and other such document required by the COA under COA Circular Number 2023-004. Next. in case the barangay cannot transfer fund because of the non-liquidation of prior fund transfer, the implementation will be done by the city government. Next is the allocation and use of the barangay sociocultural activities. This is the requirement for release, the barangay resolution authorizing the punong barangay to enter into a memorandum of agreement. Pataas po. The activity or program design, the notarized MOA, and other required documents by the COA. For the MOA template, the City Legal Office shall prepare its standard memorandum of agreement, and we also included the continuing authority of the city mayor. So from then on, if this proposed ordinance is approved, then na po kaipuhan na saro-saro pang authority for the city mayor. And the processing and release, upon submission of the required documents to the office of the city mayor, it will be forwarded to the Lingkod Barangay Office for the processing. So ang in charge sa po kung processing is the Lingkod Barangay Office. Next. In case there is a savings, for example po, duman sa info project na pigbid igwang tada, so the barangay could again request to utilize for the use of the savings. And Section 13 on the liquidation, the liquidation shall be submitted to the City Accounting Office not later than March 31 of the succeeding year. And for the unexpended balance, kung may remaining balance po from the barangay, it should be returned to the city government, and photocopy of the official receipt shall be attached to the liquidation report. For the monitoring and oversight, the Lingkod Barangay Office and the Project Monitoring Committee shall conduct the monitoring. And for the application of this proposed ordinance, it is only applicable for this year, for 2026 barangay support. So we are ready, Mr. Chair, for any comments or questions.
Any comment?
To the proposed ordinance.
Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am very familiar with that ordinance, except for Section 2. Section 2 states that the total amount of 27 million is hereby appropriated under aid to barangays special purpose appropriation. That 27 million has already been appropriated in the annual budget, so that would be double appropriation. I would suggest that we just revert the amount of 1.35 million from the existing appropriation for Barangay Support Fund and appropriate that 1.35 to the Fiesta, assistance to official barangay socioeconomic activities. There is no need to make an appropriation for barangay support.
So in other words, this 27 million pesos has already been
Yes, that is
allocated.
existing in the annual budget, but only for barangay support fund. So what we need to do is to extract the amount of 1.35 million and allocate it or appropriate it to assistance to official barangay cultural activities.
Councilor Baldemoro.
Mr. Chair, this is just a breakdown of what will happen to the 27 million. We may delete siguro the word appropriation if the Honorable Mendoza is amenable. So we delete the appropriation. We just name the Section 2 for allocation.
Reaction, Councilor Mendoza.
We must be specific as to what action the Sangguniang intends to do. Because when that same provision is implemented by the City Budget Office, accounting, medyo mariribong po sinda. So I would propose revised presentation of Section 2. I have made a draft of the same. May I request the Secretariat to flash it?
Kindly flash the amendment being made by Councilor Mendoza.
So appropriation, the amount of 1.35 million is herein reverted from the appropriation for Barangay Support Fund under Aid to Barangay Special Purpose Appropriation to unappropriated balance, and the same is herein appropriated to assistance to official barangay sociocultural activities still under the Aid to Barangays SPA. Given that reversion, the resulting presentation in the annual budget would be as shown. Number 1, Barangay Support Fund, 25.65 million. Number 2, assistance to official barangay sociocultural activities, 1.35 billion. And still under Aid to Barangays is the item Essential Community Services amounting to 53.53 million, though that last item is not part of the discussion of the proposed ordinance.
Will that be okay with you, Councilor Baldemoro?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so we will be adopting this provision. So, Councilor Baldemoro, please make the motion.
May I move, Mr. Chair, together with my co-author, the Honorable Mendoza and the Honorable Peñaflor, may we move for the adoption of the proposed ordinance.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
the revision would also require adjustment in the title. Siguro sa Committee on Style na lang.
Yes, I have instructed the Secretary to consult the Committee on Style. Next item, please.
The proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenape, an ordinance institutionalizing the duty of local government officials of Naga City to promote the city through participation in significant regional, national, and international events that benefit the socio-economic, cultural, educational, sports, tourism, security, and public safety interests of Naga City.
Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, this item is pending before the Committee on Examinations.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
Next is the feedback from the iGovernance on the amendment to City Ordinance 2001-056, promulgating rules and regulations on segregating proper disposal of garbage in the city of Naga.
So we will refer this to the Committee on... How's it again? So this is with the Committee on Environment. Okay, we will refer the feedbacks to the Committee on Environment.
Next is
Next item.
Next is the feedback of the iGovernance on the Naga City Drinking Water Code proposal.
Again, Councilor Albios.
As the proponent of the proposed ordinance, the feedback is well noted and will be considered in the final revised copy.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
Next is also the feedback on the Naga City Zero Carbon Policy.
Where is the principal author of the Zero Carbon Ordinance?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Baldemoro.
we already approved that proposed
Yeah,
ordinance.
precisely. So
Just note.
we don't have to deal with these feedbacks. Next item, please.
Next is the feedback on the proposed ordinance number 2026-054, an ordinance establishing the Naga City Human Milk Hub.
Yes, Councilor Gay Labunal Gomez.
Yes, Mr. Chair will note of the feedback and then consider in the revision of the proposed ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Next item.
Next is the new business. Item number 1 is a letter dated May 4 from Joel Benloan, Corporate Secretary of Vanity Prime Ventures, inquiring on how they can avail of the fuel subsidy.
Committee on Transport. Yes, Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of the Committee on Rules would like to go back to the amendment of the ordinance which was requested by the City Mayor's Office. Actually, the City Mayor's Office was requesting for the authority for the Naga City Cooperative Development Office to be authorized to give fuel subsidy also to the drivers and operators of units that are not members of cooperatives. And considering that there is an ordinance covering this matter, we deemed it to draft an amendatory ordinance. And in view of the urgent tenor of the city mayor for the approval of this authority, may I present, Mr. Chair, the draft of the amendment?
Yes, please.
We have also distributed copies of this proposed amendatory ordinance. And may I read the title, Mr. Chair? An ordinance amending ordinance number 2026-038, otherwise known as the Emergency Fuel Assistance and Sustainable Jeepney Transport Promotion Ordinance of Naga City, authorizing the inclusion of recognized local jeepney transport organizations, including Vanity Prime Ventures Corporation and JCL Corporation, in the implementation of the fuel subsidy program. And what is highlighted in this amendatory ordinance, Mr. Chair, is just the changing of the terms that were used from cooperative only to include therein the corporation or other juridical entities. So the sections that are contained in this amendatory ordinance concentrates on the inclusion of the other transport organizations that are operating in Naga City. So, you allow, Mr. Chair, just to accommodate these two jeepney transport organizations, yung Vanity Prime Ventures Corporation and JCL Corporation. And with the indulgence of the Committee on Rules, I request that we convert this session, this council into a committee of the whole so that we can dispose of this proposed ordinance.
Before we convert the plenary into the committee of the whole, can we get the reaction of Councilor Mendoza?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have just a concern. We are legislating specifically for Vanity and JCL Corporation. We cannot legislate for these two private entities, but we can legislate for such organizations with the characteristics of these two private entities. So maybe, Mr. Chair, instead of specifying the names of the organization, we specify the qualifications of the entities that would be entitled to the fuel subsidy, other than cooperatives.
Yes, please. Councilor Omar Buenafe.
I'm amenable to that, Mr. Chair, to revise the title and omitting therein the particular names of these two transport organizations, and i-generalize na natin inclusion of recognized local jeepney transport organizations. And in the definition of terms, we included there the definition of the local transport, recognized local transport organization.
Okay, so you will now amend the title of the proposed ordinance.
Yes, Mr. Chair, omitting therein the sentence including Vanity Prime Ventures Corporation and JCL Corporations.
Will that be okay with you, Councilor Mendoza?
With the indulgence of the proponent, Mr. Chair, we can actually delete Section 5 because corporations are already included in the definition of recognized jeepney transport organization. This refers to a duly registered cooperative, corporation, etc. So, Vanity and JCL would already be included in that definition.
Are you amenable to the suggestion of Councilor Mendoza? Councilor
Yes,
Omar?
I am amenable to that, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Honorable Mendoza. We will delete the Section 5 of this proposed amendatory ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Any other comment? Reaction or question? So, Councilor Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, with consideration of the manifestations of the Honorable Mendoza, we are, I'm now moving for the approval of this amendatory ordinance entitled An Ordinance Amending Ordinance Number 2026-038, otherwise known as the Emergency Fuel Assistance and Sustainable Jeepney Transport Promotion Ordinance of Naga City, authorizing the inclusion of recognized local jeepney transport organizations in the implementation of the fuel subsidy program. And I so move.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Resolution number 2026-027 of the Sangguniang Barangay of Dinaga, requesting for the amendment of Q section of City Ordinance number 59.
Committee on Transport.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, and
Will
fiscal autonomy
somebody
of
do something about the sound
27
system?
barangays of the City of Naga.
Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Yes, Councilor Mendoza. With the Committee on Appropriations.
Next is a letter from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of an ordinance authorizing the charging against the current appropriation the total amount of 584,951 and 15 centavos to cover payables incurred in the previous years of certain offices of the City Government of Naga.
Committee on Appropriations.
Next is a letter dated April 21 from Adelma Katimbrate, submitting their proposal to further enhance the literacy ecosystem of Naga City.
Committee on Education.
Next is a letter from the Punong Barangay of Barangay Igualdad, seeking assistance through a resolution expressing support and endorsement of resolutions number 2025-058 and 2025-059, both addressed to the Congressman of the 3rd District of Camarines Sur seeking financial assistance for 2 of their infra projects.
Committee on Infrastructure.
A letter dated May 6 from Frederick Santamaria of Villa Cáceres Hotel Bingo Boutique Manager seeking the renewal of their franchise to operate Bingo Boutique in their facility at Villa Cáceres Hotel, this city.
Committee on Games and Amusement.
Next is a letter from Joanne Sara, a focal person of the ECCD, City Social Welfare Development, proposing a policy framework for the operation of all educare center in the city of Naga.
Committee on Children.
Education.
Education.
And jointly with the Committee on Education.
First endorsement dated May 7 from the Tri-Mobile Task Force, forwarding 3 application for the transfer of Tri-Mobile franchise.
Committee on Transport.
Next is a communication from the Cáceres Sports Arena requesting for the issuance of a permit to hold a two-cock derby on June 11.
Committee on Games and Amusement.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, an ordinance authorizing the grant of medical allowance to employees of the city government of Naga in the amount of 7,000 and its release in cash to those who will avail of their own HMO type benefits or renew their existing one.
Committee on Appropriations. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, an ordinance revising and updating the rules, procedures, criteria for the issuance of special use permit, amending for this purpose relevant provisions of Ordinance Number 2000-071, otherwise known as the revised zoning ordinance of Naga City.
Committee on Laws.
Land use.
Land Use.
3 legislative measures authored by the Honorable Nathan Serio, an ordinance requiring all real estate developers to settle outstanding real property taxes on all previous and existing projects, including road,
Committee
lots.
on Land Use.
No, Ways and Means.
And Committee on Ways and Means.
Next is an ordinance institutionalizing the EDO-link system of real property taxation.
Committee on Ways and Means.
Means, yes.
Next is the proposed ordinance directing the Office of the City Assessor to conduct the project discovery intensive field inspection and tax mapping operation to ensure the 100% declaration of all improvements on real property within the city.
Ways and
Again,
Means.
Committee on Ways and Means.
The Red Ribbon Committee ordinance.
How's that again?
The Red Ribbon Commitment Ordinance proposal.
Committee on Health.
Next is the another proposal for the Naga City Rights to Care Ordinance. Health.
Committee on Health.
Next is other matters. An invitation from the Nasil Gaya to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod to the 2026 Employees Day on May 14.
We take note of the invitation.
Next is the status report of infra project for the month of April submitted by the Camarines Sur District Engineering Office of the DPWH.
We take note of that report.
Next is the nominal voting.
Councilor.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
before the nominal voting, may I move that we reconsider the decision of this body on LGO Corporation, which was referred to Committee on Education.
How? What was that?
This is an item under new business. LGO Corporation, Learning Way Global Option Corporation. This entity is offering learning materials for our EduCare schools. I believe, Mr. Chair, we can just take note of this matter rather than referring this to a committee, considering that this entity is a supplier. We would giving it a due advantage over other suppliers.
Okay. So kindly make the formal motion.
I move that LGO Corporation be moved to other matters and just be taken note of.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item,
Nominal voting.
Councilor Rosales.
I move to transfer to nominal voting all ordinances pending for third and final reading and move for their approval.
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Adjourn.